you hear Cinderella singing, mind your business. Hello, welcome. How are we doing though? How are we doing? Where are we tuning in from? We've got a little Cinderella in the back. I'd be calling her Cinderella because she sings like she's in a Disney film. New Orleans, I feel like. Was it New Orleans? Tell me. Help me out. But that's a long way away. Got it. What's your name? Where are you tuning in from? Yes, you can. Let's try this again. I'm in London, in the UK. Have you ever been? Have you ever travelled to this part of the planet? Lovely. I have been to London. I need to explore it more. Have you ever been to US? That's so cool. Oh my gosh, this is gonna piss me off. Don't piss me off. That's really cool. When did you come to London? And I have been to the US, to New York, Miami, Orlando, Atlanta. I've also been to Canada. Hi, Chris. Also, is it John? What will you do but love? The reason why I'm here, number one, just to check in, see who's about, see who wants to drop in, have a little chat, have a little conversation, get to know one another a little bit more. I don't really go live on this account very often. I like to go live on my community page because, you know, we're currently building community right now, and so if you haven't already given that a look, check out the Love is Garden. We'd love to have you there. It's a co-creative space, so it's not going to exist without you, and so I really want to get the message out there that, you know, you are welcome in all of your diversity, in all of your ways of being. We want to celebrate that. Good technology is a pain sometimes, honestly. Like, as much as technology is supposed to help things be easier, it often at times feels very counterintuitive. Yeah, so this is very much a free chat. Like, obviously I'm here to share some updates, but I do want to connect with people who come through. It's an impromptu live, so yeah, I'm not expecting like the whole world to be here or anything, but you know, it's cool to have a couple of you in here and to exchange some communication, because I feel, you know, that's needed these days, especially in this digital age. You know, it would be nice if people were more open to connecting over their shared humanity. And I always talk about this, you know, but I think because we are all human beings, people overlook that very basic level of being, because whilst we're all human beings, not everyone is attuned to their sense of humanity. Not everyone is actually connected. Like, there's so many people who are disconnected to their humanity. It's just mind-boggling. It's questionable. I need something else. This is not the vibe. It needs to be chill. Facts. Literally, it's been over a week since I mentioned I have some updates I want to share with you, and since then there have been more updates. April for me at the moment is all about cultivating momentum, leaning into flow and consistency, whilst also making room to slow down and maintain that momentum. So really implementing steps that are going to help you manage your energy so that you don't reach a point of burnout, essentially. I'm based in South London. Okay, shout out South London. I love that. I love that we've got someone who's local. Love. Yeah, so I was sitting in noble silence in honor of like maintaining momentum and tuning into that flow and really making sure to check myself, check my energy throughout each stage of the growth process, whatever I'm moving through in life. I thought and envisioned April was going to be like very like high energy, and it has been, don't get me wrong, but I very much surprised myself and have been doing a lot of rest. Like, I've been moving through April so far like very sensually, very slow, very present, and I've been loving it. You know, it's spring, it's nice to just go outside, enjoy the sun and smell the roses, literally. But during my time of noble silence, where I was just essentially sitting with myself away from distraction, allowing myself to just sit in silence with no expectations, no judgment, allow what to come up, allow what to release to be released, I received a lot of clarity, as I often do after having those moments. If you haven't done that, I definitely suggest and encourage that you do, because it's good to have a detox for your mind, your body, your soul. We're living in such a informational age, and it's good to just kind of get away from everything. So whilst it seems like I'm very active online, I am, and in the real world, I am. But the reason why I have so much capacity, I feel like, is because I'm managing my energy a lot better than I ever have. I have come to the conclusion that reflection from Q1 is, hello, welcome, let us know where you're tuning in from. I have come to the conclusion that through reflecting on Q1 and seeing how that's gone and like just how everything's unfolded, I've decided to keep the monthly community check-ins free and / donation based. So like I just feel like there's just so much going on in the world. Hey Ali, what's poppin'? Yeah, I feel like it's just so important. Like the more people I speak to, the more community events I attend, I'm realizing that there is such a need for like just a space for people to come together and connect, you know, authentically, raw, no expectation, no judgment. And that is a space that I facilitate, that is a space that I provide, and that's what we have been doing as of 2025 with our monthly community check-ins and the gatherings that we've been hosting online. And I have just decided that moving forward, there will always be something in the month that will allow a space for people just to come, show up as they are, and we can have fun. It's not that deep. Obviously it can be, because life is just, it just is. But the whole point is to build that community, to grow that community, and to check in with one another and realize that, like, you know, life is great, but it also isn't always so great. Hey Naomi, what's good? Sounds like you got that full moon clarity from last night. Love. Do you know what? That full moon energy for me has just been like sensual. I feel like that's the word of the day right now, because Libra energy is very much tap into your femininity. Like, you know, whether you identify as female, male, or anything in between, it's like tapping into that energy of receiving, allowing yourself to revel in pleasure, like what makes you feel good, and allowing yourself to feel good. Hello everybody who's joining us. It's so nice to see you. If you are staying, let us know where you're tuning in from. We'd love to know. Yeah, full moon clarity. I was actually, the full moon, I attended a art gallery launch who has recently re-emerged into this arena of their art, of their craft, and it was just so beautiful. Like, it was so inspirational. I was so glad to be there. Such a powerful collection of work, and more to share on that. I shared some of my stories, but yeah, that wasn't even all of it. Like, it was just, I left feeling like I'm ready to write a blog post. That's how inspired I was. I'm just really excited for each and every day, because I am honestly just full of life, full of zest, and it just keeps growing. I really want everyone to feel attuned to that energy, because it's always available to you. What I've noticed through speaking to people, asked the question about, do you guys find it challenging or easy to maintain flow, to maintain consistency? And a lot of people responded that they find it challenging, and we're still having those conversations in the DMs. But it's just really interesting, because whilst it is challenging, a lot of the time it can be, there is a way for it to feel easy. There is a way, and I feel like I am tapping into that. That is why I have been able to show up with so much consistency. That is why I've been able to show up with so much energy. Like, it's just so good. It's just life's nectar. Just at a point where everybody needs to get on board. If you're not already waking up like every day, or at least most of your days in the week, feeling like, I'm excited, I have so much to be thankful for, I'm really excited for what the future holds, or what today is gonna unfold. If you're not there, we are cultivating a space where you can openly work on that creatively as well. Like, it's supposed to be fun. One thing that you guys should know about me is I'm very much about purposeful, serious play. We will get into that more. Oh, there is just so much to uncover. Like, I'm honestly just busting at the seams with so much zest for life that I have to really hone in on what to share and when. Like, that's where I'm at. The flow is just like abundant, and it is abundant. And I think more people need to recognize that there is that availability of abundance, of creativity, always. It's about, how do you manage yourself, your energy, to align to that? The 4D vibe sometimes can't be put into 3D words. Honestly, words do often take away the essence of meaning a lot of the time. Sometimes, you know, trying to articulate something into words really takes away from the core message that can only be felt and experienced. That's another reason as to why what I'm pushing through the Lover's Garden is what I'm pushing. In due time, when I actively share more and vocalize the specifics of what that space looks like and what we do within these coaching spaces that I facilitate, people begin to understand more fully that sometimes we don't even need to speak. Sometimes silence is the key. Sometimes creativity and actually embracing that. So the monthly community gatherings. You see, you guys who have pulled through today, I expect to see y'all at least once. Show up, bring a friend, tell a friend, because this community is not going to build itself, okay? And if you want to be a part of the movement, you got to get involved, because magic is about to happen. You want to get on this train, you want to get on this boat, because we are going for a ride. Wouldn't you like to know? At the moment, we are growing. It is the beginning stages. We are at the foundational stages. We are at the very core essence of the big bloom. Like, we have been in the works on this passion project, on this incentive for the last 5 years, but it's only as of this year where we are actually implementing and putting everything out into the physical world and calling people in, attracting the people who are meant to be here. Hi, Hold Space online at the moment, and with the free community check-ins, the free / donation base, I'm actually thinking like, how can I move that into a physical space? But first, before I do that, I want to gain a little bit more traction online, because that's just easier. And like, obviously it'd be great to have a physical meetup, and I really want that, like, as soon as possible. But I want to start gathering people and knowing that people want to be here, knowing that people want to be a part of community, want to co-create a magical creative space. And of course, what I have created so far is an extension of me, so it's a no-brainer. Like, it's going to reflect a lot of aspects of myself. But we ain't even seen the half of it yet. Let me tell you. When I say we are at the very beginning of the sprouting of the seeds, like the flower, the leaves, they haven't even come. We're growing a whole oak tree, okay? Like, it is larger than life. The vision is immaculately vast. I like that. On a level though, and I don't like to share too much before it's time, because one, people gotta know what they're investing in, but at the end of the day, you're investing in yourself. You hear me? I feel like my company, Be Present, could work well together. I thought of this idea of a company that could connect local creatives with small businesses to create advertisements and collab on. Okay, I like that. That's really cool. That would be good to talk more on it. Yeah, sure. Like, honestly, anything project related, community based, please message me. If you can, message me via the Love Is Garden, because then I can like keep things clear and separate. Even though it's not separate, it's just that I do get a lot of messages on this account related to like literally everything, whereas that account is more focused on that stuff. So that'd be helpful, and I look forward to having a chat with you. Definitely, like, always open to collaborating, always open to co-creating. This is what this space is all about, and I'm aware I definitely need to like showcase that more. But as I said, it's the beginning, so you know, one step at a time. And we so far have been a one-man band, and I'm enjoying doing it all myself, but it's a lot. And you know, we're juggling so many things right now, various jobs. I wear many hats. We're building a whole brand, whole business. We're building community. I do the editing, the marketing, the sales pitching, the coaching, the facilitating. Like, it's a lot, but I love it. Like, I get so much life from doing this work. I wouldn't be doing it otherwise. I shouldn't be doing it. On that note as well, something else that I wanted to mention is I've recently opened up to having volunteers on board, because yeah, just delegating is necessary at a certain point. When you're ready to expand, you got to bring people in, you got to, you know, work with one another. It's community at the end of the day. It's community incentives, and I just love that. I had my first volunteer call last week to get that ball rolling, and I'm gonna share publicly a volunteer call-in post, because you know, people who are feeling resonant with the intention behind this space, behind what we're building, the vision, I want you on board, because at the end of the day, I want something that feels like home to many people and not just myself. Like, I truly believe that what I have the vision for is very revolutionary. I don't feel like anyone is doing what I'm doing. I mean, I could be biased. I definitely haven't seen everything and everything that exists out there, but yeah. I'm gonna just leave it there. But it's been really nice to come on here and like have a chat with some of you guys, even though some of you just like passed through a little bit. It was nice. I think it's always nice to show up physically and not just, you know, behind the screen. So I'm open for any questions, collaborations. Again, like, if that's something you're interested in, yeah, make sure to message me over at the Love Is Garden. We will be open and waiting to hear from you. Have to big up yourself, talk your talk. Honestly, if I ain't talking my talk, who is? If I don't believe in me, who will? Like, like that, for real. And I'm honestly just so grateful to be here, because life was not all glitter and gold, but I know that I have a tendency as a Venusian goddess to really harness the beauty of the chaos. Like I that's a gift of mine, that is a talent, and I truly see that now. And that's why, you know, it's a beautiful mosaic, because to be honest, what I've come to understand in life is that life is beauty. We can say it's bittersweet, because in reality, like, if we were to articulate the feeling, kind of what we were saying before, like 4D experiences put into words, like, we often revert to it's bittersweet. But the reality is, I believe anyways, this is my personal opinion, you don't have to agree with me, that everything is sweet. When you are able to really open yourself up to the vastness of life, to the highs and the lows, when you fully open up to them and you fully allow yourself to surrender and experience it all, no matter how painful it is, you always get to a point where you're able to receive that pain with grace. And when you're able to receive that pain with grace, you are so resilient. You are able to move through, like, you are able to move mountains, and you really start to hit the pinnacle of life. I feel like in that moment, I feel like that is the cosmic orgasm. If you're following, you're following. If you're not, that's okay. But I just feel that's that, like, 0 point of oneness, like, of being connected with all that is, and recognizing that as above, so below, as within, so without, so and so. Yeah. See, you just gotta say one thing and I just start, like, it just starts rolling off the tongue. It just starts. Yeah. Life is crazy, yo. Life is crazy. I like to talk out loud, as you can probably tell by now. Thank you so much for pulling through. It's been a pleasure having a little conversation with you. Like, genuinely warms my heart to have these interactions online, to reignite the social aspect of social media, because that's the whole purpose at the end of the day. Yeah, so anyways, big love to everyone, and I'll see you next time. And maybe I will decide to come live on here more often on this account, because the interaction has been wonderful.